Hello, friends. Now, most of you will agree with the fact that the slot in which you have taken your examination was the toughest slot. Now, everybody thinks that his or her slot of examination of CAT was the most difficult. But if we look at the QA sections of all the three slots, then if you'll analyze all the three slots QA sections, you will agree that slot 3 was one of the toughest. So I'm Gourav Gupta, and here I welcome you once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep with the detailed analysis of slot number 3 QA section of CAT 2022. Now, without wasting any time, we will directly start looking at these questions. Now, slot number 3, as usual, the pattern was similar to slot number 1 and slot number 2. And in quant, we have seen 22 questions, right? Now, there were some sitters in this slot as well, in this section as well, but there were some questions which were truly conceptual and slightly on a higher level of difficulty. All right. So let us quickly start with the detailed solutions of each and every question of slot number 3. I must tell you that we at BYJU'S Exam Prep are the number one, are the first to present the detailed solutions of all the three slots. So we'll be doing it today only for all the three slots for all the three sections. Yes. So all of you can stay tuned to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep as well as the application of BYJU'S Exam Prep for all these sessions. All right, so let us start the session. Now, since all of you must have seen all these questions, so definitely I'll not be giving you time to solve any of these questions, and we'll be directly looking at the solutions. If you want, you can post your answer, whatever answer you have calculated for any of these questions. Okay. Arpan is asking, hope much you guys got section wise. Also, sir, how much you got in QA? Arpan, today will not be discussing all these things. I'll restrict myself to the solutions of QA section of slot number 3 of CAT 2022, right? So we'll talk about all these things in detail in some other sessions. So question number 1 will be there on your screen, but the agenda, like I mentioned, that will be simply the question paper discussion of QA section of slot 3 CAT 2022. All right, so this is question number 1 on your screen. Now, in an examination, the average marks of students in section A and B are 32 and 60 respectively. So there are two sections, section A and section B. The average is 32 and 60 respectively in each of these sections. The number of students in section A is 10 less than that in section B. So if I'll assume number of students in section B as X, number of students in section A will become X minus 10. All right. Now this was one slightly like I'll keep this question in a level of difficulty between moderate and difficult. Okay, so above moderate. Now, if the average marks of all the students across both the sections combined is an integer, this is one important information that is given, then the difference between the maximum and the minimum possible number of students in section A. So we have to maximize and minimize the value of X minus 10, for which I'll be maximizing and minimizing the value of X, taking into some of these constraints. Okay. So the total number of students here is X minus 10, their average marks is 32. So the total marks will be 32 into X minus 10 for section A, and for section B, it will be 60X, right? The average marks of all the students across both the sections. So the net average of all the students across these sections will be the total sum, that is 32 into X minus 10 plus 60X divided by the total number of students. Now the total number of students here is X minus 10 and X. So it will be equal to 2X minus 10. Now let's simplify this one. So in the numerator, I'll get 32X plus 60X, that is 92X minus 320 whole divided by 2X minus 10. I'll cancel out 2 from numerator and denominator. I'll get 46X minus 320 whole divided by X minus 5, right? Now I'll convert numerator. I'll write numerator in the form of x minus 5. So I'll take 46 common, 46 into x minus 5. All right. Now this will give me minus 230. This will give me minus 230, and what I require is I require minus 320. Okay. So इसको आगे convert करते हैं. Okay. So I already have minus 230. 46 into 5 is minus 230, and minus 90. वेट ओके, सो कैंसल आउट किया था तो एक छोटा सा एरर कर दिया मैंने, यहाँ पे 160 लिख देना चाहिए था मुझे. सो 46x माइनस 160, सो 2 कैंसिल कर दिया था. सो 46x माइनस 160, ठीक है. सो 230 था, सो माइनस 230 ऑलरेडी आई हैव. सो टू दिस आई हैव टू ऐड 70, so plus 70 and whole divided by x minus 5. All right, now this is the expression. Now I can separate the denominator. Okay, so it will become 46 plus 70 divided by x minus 5. Now this is the average across both the sections for all the students, right? 46 plus something which is in the form of x, that is 70 upon x minus 5, right? Now what I have to do is I have to find the minimum and the maximum possible number of students in section A. That means the value of x minus 10. Now it is given that this value is an integer. So that means x minus 5 should be a number such that it will completely divide 70. 70 को completely divide कर देना चाहिए x minus 5 को. So now x की values देखते हैं. Now in order to get the maximum value of x, I can say that I can make this denominator equal to 70. So अगर denominator को 70 बनाना है तो x की value क्या रखनी पड़ेगी? 75. All right. So the maximum value of x will be 75, and that will give the maximum number of students in section A as 75 minus 10, which is 65. All right. Now moving towards minimum value of x. Now the value of x should be such that x minus 10 should be a positive number. So मतलब क्या है? x की value 10 से तो बड़ी होनी चाहिए, right? x की value 10 से बड़ी होनी चाहिए. So अगर मैं x को 11 पुट करता हूं, so denominator में क्या आ जाएगा? 70 upon 11 minus 5, which is not an integer. Then next value will be 12, which will satisfy. So 70 upon 12 minus 5 will be an integer. So the minimum value of x will be equal to 12, and hence the minimum number of students in section A will be 12 minus 10, that is 2. All right, fine. So 65 is the maximum value and 2 is the minimum number of students in section A. Now we have to find out the difference between these two. The difference between these two is 63. So the correct answer for this question is equal to 63. All right. So this was one difficult question and we have done it at the beginning only. Let's move ahead and look at question number 2. Now question number 2 looks a little lengthy, but this question is very simple and straightforward. Okay. Now Neetu had a capital of 20,000. Out of this, she invests 8,000 at 5.5%, 5,000 at 5.6%, and the remaining, so 8,000 and 5,000 is 13,000. So the remaining amount will be 7,000, which will be invested at X% in bank C. Each rate being simple interest per annum. Now her combined annual interest income from these investments is equal to 5% of the initial capital. So 5% of the initial capital, I'll write it first of all. So the net annual interest income from all the three investment is 5% of 20,000. 5% of 20,000 will be equal to 1,000. And that is equal to the sum of the returns that she'll be getting from each of the investments. So the first investment is 8,000 at a rate of 5.5%. So 5.5% of 8,000, let's calculate this. It will come out to be 440. So 440 will be this value plus 5.6% of 5,000. So it will be 56 into 5, 280. So 280 rupees plus remaining was 7,000 at X percent. So 70X will be the remaining. So this is the simple equation that you will get. And from here you can find the value of X. So 1000 minus 720, that is 280 divided by 70. And the value of X will come out to be 4. ठीक है, सिंपल तरीके से x का वैल्यू निकाल लिया. Any offline classes for BYJU'S for 2023? Yes, Jaydev, there are plenty of batches that we have already started. Okay, so you can have an inquiry, and there are batches that you can join. So coming back to this, the value of X is equal to 4, right? Now what they are asking is, if she had invested her entire initial income, that is entire capital 20,000 in bank C alone. So 20,000 at a rate of 4%, then her annual interest income in rupees will be how much? So 4% of 20,000, simple to calculate, 1% is 200, so 4% will be 800. So the correct answer here should be option A. All right, so this one was pretty straightforward. Maximum 1 minute or 1.5 minutes can be taken to solve this question. Okay. No, Karthik, I believe there is no objection as far as QA section is concerned in slot number 3. I don't find any question which is skeptical, like for which I could not find the answer. So that was simple and straightforward, each and every question. There were some questions in which a little logics were applied, but no objections in QA slot 3. All right, let's move on to question number 3. All of you can look at all these questions with me. ठीक है ना? Now, a donation box can receive only checks of rupees 100, 250 and 500. ठीक है? Now, the total number of checks is given as 100 and the total money with these checks is 15,250. Okay? Then we have to find out the maximum possible number of checks of rupees 500. So I'll assume the number of checks of 100 as X, for 250 as Y, and for 500 as Z. Okay. Now, first equation will be for the total number of checks, which is X plus Y plus Z, that is equal to 100. Next equation will be for the money, that is 100X plus 250Y plus 500Z, and that will be equal to 15,250. So I can simplify the second equation first of all by taking 50 common, right? So 50 common लिया, so अब यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 2x plus 5y plus 10z, and it will be 305. Okay, so 2x plus 5y plus 10z is equal to 305. Now please tell me what answer you have given while solving this question. Anybody who has solved can tell me. Okay, so दो equations आ गई. Now what we have to do is we have to find the maximum possible value of z. Z को maximize करना है. So what I'll do is I'll either eliminate x or y. So x को eliminate करते हैं. So second equation already लिखी हुई है. I'll multiply first equation by 2. So it will get 2x plus 2y plus 2z is equal to 200. And upon subtracting these two equations, I'll get 3y plus 8z is equal to 105. Right? Now, since both all three of them, x, y, and z are natural numbers, right? They are the number of checks. Checks cannot be in terms of negative, or the number of checks cannot be a non-integral value. So x, y, z मुझे पता है कि क्या होने चाहिए? Integers, especially natural numbers होने चाहिए. Okay, so let's calculate the solutions for this equation. अब z को maximize करना है, so to maximize z, the value of y should be minimized such that both y and z should be natural numbers. So if I'll put y as 1, so 102 is not divisible by 8. y को 2 put करेंगे, नहीं satisfy करेगा. y को 3 put किया, 96, yes, it is divisible by 8. So when y is equal to 3, the value of z will be maximized, 96 divided by 8, and that is 12. So 12 will be the maximum possible number of checks of rupees 500. Now this was the question of special equations, but like I am surprised to see such a straightforward, such an easy question of special equations in CAT. Okay, chaliye 12. Yes, Karthik, it is absolutely correct. So 12 is the correct answer. So मेरा भी 12 आया था, and I think 12 is the only answer that is given in the response sheet as well. Okay. चलिए next question देखते हैं. Question number 4. Question number 4 बहुत easy question है, based on the sum and the product of the roots. Also, you must know that whenever whenever the roots are irrational, then the roots will be occurring in pairs. Okay, so if one root is a plus under root b, then the other root will always be a minus root b. This is just the only information, this is the only knowledge that you need to have to solve this question. Okay, so for the first equation, one of the root is given, the another root will be 3 minus 2 root 2. So the sum of the roots, I'll write minus b upon a, it will be equal to 6, and product of the roots, that is c upon a, will be equal to, in दोनों का product कर लो, 9 minus 8, that is 1. So minus b upon a and c upon a, these two values I have got, right? Similarly, for second equation, one of the roots is given 4 plus 2 root 3, the another root will be 4 minus 2 root 3. Okay, so again I'll write sum of the roots and product of the roots. Okay, so sum of the roots for the second equation will be minus m upon a, and that will be equal to, in दोनों का sum, which is 8, and product of the roots n upon a will be equal to 16 minus 12. I'm sorry, ये यहाँ पे root 3 आना चाहिए. So 16 minus 12, that is 4. So I've got these 4 relations. Now what we have to find is we have to find out the value of this. इसको थोड़ा सा expand कर लेते हैं. b upon m plus c upon n minus 2b upon n. Okay, now b upon m, first of all, let's look at this. So I'll divide these two and will obtain the value of b upon m. So 6 upon 8, that is 3 upon 4 will be the value, plus c upon n. For c upon n, I'll divide these two and the value will be 1 upon 4, minus 2 b upon n. Now for b upon n, I'll divide the first one with the last one. Okay, so I'll get the value of minus b upon n, which is 3 upon 2. So minus 3 upon 2 will be the value of b upon n. Okay, now simplify kar lo ise. The final answer will be 1 plus 3, that is equal to 4. So correct answer should be option D. ठीक है, सिंपल है, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 पे चलते हैं. The lengths of all 4 sides of a quadrilateral are integer valued. ठीक है, good. The 3 of the sides are given as 1, 2 and 4. Then the total number of possible lengths for the fourth side. Such an easy question. Now, the maximum value of the length of the fourth side cannot be more than the sum of these numbers. It cannot be more than the sum of these numbers. So the maximum possible length, let's say I'll call it x, should be less than 1 plus 2 plus 4, that is 7. So x should be less than 7. This is one thing. Second thing is minimum value find out karni hai. Now minimum length here is 1 and one of the other sides is 2. Okay, so 1 or 2 ka agar side hai, so x ka minimum value should be greater than 1. Right? If I'll take, let's say, the third side as one of the sides as 1. Okay, so 4 hai, agar maine 4 ko draw kar diya, so 1, 1 and 2. Since 1 plus 2 is equal to 4, a quadrilateral will not be formed. Okay, so the minimum value should be greater than 4 minus 3. Okay, I'll write it again. So minimum value should be greater than 4 minus the sum of these two. 4 minus 3, that is 1. So the value should be greater than 1 and less than 7. So the possible values will be 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there are 5 possible values of the length of the 4 sides for such a quadrilateral whose 3 sides are 1, 2 and 4 respectively. Okay. Manish, score versus percentile will be conducting this session, a detailed session. So definitely you'll be getting answers to your queries in that session. Okay. Here today we'll be concentrating on the answers of QA section of slot number 3. I'm really sorry, but there will be a separate session for score versus percentile. Okay. Let's move on to next one. Question number 6. Question number 6. Suppose k is an integer such that this equation has no real roots. So equation has no real roots. That means discriminant should be less than 0, strictly less than 0. So let's write the discriminant. So discriminant here will be k square, b square minus 4ac. So k square minus 40, it should be less than 0. So that means k square will be less than 40 and the value of k will lie between under root 40 and minus under root 40. अब under root 40 की value क्या होती है? It is 6 point something. So I can say that from here k will be between 6 point something and minus 6 point something, right? So this is the first relation that I have got. Let's talk about the second equation. The second equation has two distinct real roots. So in this case, the value of discriminant should be greater than 0. Okay, equal to 0 भी नहीं होनी चाहिए. Since two distinct roots are there, so the value of discriminant should be strictly greater than 0. So here discriminant k minus 5 whole square minus 4, it should be greater than 0. Now this is of the form a square minus b square. So to factorize this बहुत आसान होगा. K minus 5 minus 2, that is k minus 7. And then k minus 5 plus 2, that is k minus 3, should be greater than 0. Okay, so here k will be greater than 7 and k will be less than 3. All right. Now look at the intersection of first relation and the second relation. Look at the common values of k, where k should be an integer. So starting from minus 6, minus 5, up till minus 1, then 0, 1 and 2. So less than 3 होना चाहिए. Alright, so minus 6 से लेके 2 तक ये सारी values हो जाएंगी. And then there is no intersection in this part. K less than equal to 6 point something and k greater than 7. So no intersection. So this will be the set of values for k. 7, 8, 9. So number of values for k will be equal to 9 and that is the answer. Such an easy question this was. Okay, right? So option C is the correct answer. Okay, friends. So I'll take a small break of 5 seconds and would request all of you to quickly like this session if you are enjoying this session. Okay. Also keep sharing your answers, whatever answer you have marked while doing the examination, right? So with this, let's move on to the question number 7. Now question number 7, if you will look at the length of the question, if you read the language of the question, you will feel that this question is complex. But if you'll get into solving this question, this is such an easy question. ठीक है, solve करते हैं. So two ships are approaching a port along straight routes at constant speeds. Initially, the two ships and the port form an equilateral triangle. So let's say this is the sea coast and this is the port, port P. Now port and the two ships, let me call ships as A and B. So they are forming equilateral triangle. Okay. The first ship A is moving along this line and the second ship B is moving along this line. All right. So they are moving towards the port and initially these are forming an equilateral triangle whose side is of 24. So length of PA is 24 kilometers and length of PB is also 24 kilometers. Yes, King, quite simple. Okay, थोड़ा सा lengthy है, but you will require some shortcuts, some tricks and techniques of geometry in order to increase or in order to reduce the time taken in this question. When the slower ship traveled 8 kilometers, so slower ship, let's say A is slower ship, so मैं नाम भी इसी तरीके से दे देता हूँ S and F. So let's say slower ship is S and faster ship is F. Okay. So when the slower ship has traveled 8 kilometers, so let's say slower ship has traveled 8, reached this point. The triangle formed by the new positions of the two ships and the port became right angled. Now, slower ship has traveled 8, so faster ship must have traveled more than 8. So let's say faster ship has reached this point. So point A and point B, and now the triangle formed is right angle triangle. Now originally the triangle was equilateral, so this angle is 60 degrees, and now the triangle is right angle triangle. So I can say that AB, this line AB will be perpendicular to PB. Okay, so this angle will be 90 degrees, right? So now this is a right angle triangle. SA, the length of SA is 8. So length of PA will become 16, that is 24 minus 8. So I know the hypotenuse of this triangle, that is 16. And I know that this triangle is 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. So the angle which is opposite, sorry, the side which is opposite to 30-degree angle will be half the hypotenuse. So length of PB will be equal to 8 and length of FB will be equal to 24 minus 8, that is 16. So I can say that when the slower ship has traveled 8 kilometers, the faster ship has traveled 16 kilometers. Okay, fine. So that means the ratio of their speeds is 1:2. Faster ship is twice as fast as the slower ship, right? This was the main point of this question. Now let's look at the question. When the faster ship reaches the port, when the faster ship reaches the port, that means when the faster ship has traveled 24 kilometers, then definitely the slower ship will travel 12 kilometers. So after traveling a total of 12 kilometers out of 24, the slower ship will be 12 kilometers away from the port. All right. So the correct answer will be 12 kilometers. That is option D. All right. So that is this one. King's Banquet has mentioned that this one was quite simple. And yes, it is one of the simplest question of geometry that you will find in CAT. Moving on to next question, question number 8. Question number 8 is also not a very difficult question. Asan question tha. So first of all, look at this part and you can cancel out 7 from here. So after cancelling 7, this will become 125 divided by 343. That can be written as 5 upon 7 whole raised to the power 3. All right. On the left hand side, I can convert it to 5 upon 7 whole raised to the power 1 upon 2. Since I have done the reciprocal, so I have to introduce negative sign in the power. So I'll write it as y minus 3x. So 3x minus y की जगह मैंने क्या किया, y minus 3x, because I have done the reciprocal. So I have to introduce a negative sign in the power. So now you can equate 3 and this power. So y minus 3x, the value will be equal to 6. This is the first part. Okay. Now look at the second part of this question. This one. Now I'll write it as 4a upon b whole raised to the power 6x minus y equals b upon 2a whole raised to the power 6x minus y. Again, on the right hand side, I have taken the reciprocal of this. Now this equation holds true for all non-zero real values of a and b. So now, irrespective of the values of a and b, if this equation is true, irrespective of the values of a and b, a और b की कुछ भी values put कर दो, ये दोनों equal होने चाहिए. That means this can only be possible if the power is 0. So 6x minus y is equal to 0. This is possible only in this scenario. So that means y is equal to 6x. Now let's substitute this in the first equation. So y अगर 6x होगा तो 6x minus 3x, that is 3x will be equal to 6 and the value of x will be equal to 2. If value of x is 2, the value of y will be equal to 12 and we have to find out the sum of x and y, which will come out to be 14. So x plus y का value 14 आ जाएगा and that is the answer of question number 8. Okay, all right. Question number 9. A question of time and work. Simple question. Now, guys, understand and make a note of it. The amount of rough work that I'm doing. I'm explaining all of you. I'm explaining all the students who have taken CAT. All right. And I'm trying to write minimum amount of rough work. Okay. Similarly, in this question, there's a group of N people. They finished 35% of the project by working 7 hours a day for 10 hours. So the work is 35% and it is done by N people working for 10 days and every day they have worked for 7 hours. All right. The remaining work is 65%. That will be done by when 10 people left. So number of people now will be N minus 10 and these N minus 10 people have worked for 14 days and each day they have worked for 10 hours. All right. So these are the two statements. What you can do is you can equate their ratios and get the value of n. And this is what you have to do in this question. Okay. So value of n find out karna hai. Lots of things will get cancelled. 7 and 13. So it will be 14 times n minus 10 is equal to 13n and the value of n will come out to be 140. All right. So this is the only amount of rough work that is required to do this question, nothing more than this. So the correct answer should be option D, right? Question number 10 पे चलते हैं जल्दी से. Moody takes 30 seconds to finish riding an escalator if he walks on it at its normal speed in the same direction. Now, when we are traveling in the same direction as that of an escalator, then this situation can be compared with the situation of downstream. Escalator ऊपर जा रहा है या नीचे जा रहा है उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. If you and escalator are moving in the same direction, this can be considered as the case of downstream. If they are in opposite directions, the way boat is going up the stream against the stream, then that is the case of upstream, right? Now let's say n is the total number of steps in the escalator, s is the speed of this person, and e is the speed of escalator. I'll repeat, n total number of steps, that is the distance, s is the speed of this person, and e is the speed of escalator, right? Now Moody takes 30 seconds, so time taken is 30 seconds, distance is n, when the speed is added when they are going down the stream, s plus e, and the time taken is 30. Also, he takes 20 seconds to finish the riding. So again, same distance is traveled, but this time the speed of boat has become double. That means if he walks at twice his normal speed, तो s की जगह क्या हो गया? 2s हो गया. Everything else has remained same. So 2s plus e, the time taken is 20 seconds. Now divide these two and obtain a relation between s and e. ठीक है? So divide करते हैं. So 2s plus e, equation 1 divided by equation 2 upon s plus e is equal to 3 upon 2. So 4s minus 3s, that is s, is equal to e. So s and e are equal. Done. S and E equal हो गए. Now let's see what do we have to calculate. If Moody decides to stand on the escalator, मतलब अब Moody move नहीं कर रहा, that means the value of S is 0. Speed of boat is 0. Then the time in seconds needed to finish riding. So that means only escalator is moving and Moody is not moving. All right. So the time taken will be N upon E. This is what we have to find out. Now I'll pick this value of S and E and substitute in any one of these. सो s को एलिमिनेट करना है, s की जगह e पुट कर देते हैं. सो आई विल गेट n upon 2e is equal to 30. I have substituted s equal to e. So n upon e, the value will come out to be 60, and 60 should be the answer for this question. All right. Yes, 60 it is. So that was question number 10. Okay. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Question number 11. Bob can finish a job in 40 days, works alone. Alex twice as fast as Bob and thrice as fast as Cole. So there are three people, A, B, and C. So let us first of all write the number of days taken by these three respectively. So they have said that Bob has taken 40 days. Alex is twice as fast. So Alex अगर उसकी efficiency double है, twice as fast है, so time taken will be half of that of Bob. So it will be 20 days, right? Cole, Alex is twice as fast as Bob and Alex is thrice as fast as Cole. So Alex अगर thrice as fast है, then Alex will take 1/3 the number of days taken by C. All right. So number of days taken by C will be 60. In a single sentence, you need to write all these things, right? Okay. So people are giving answers. Yes. So I want an answer for this one as well. Come on, give me. Now this is an interesting question. Slightly tough. Suppose A and B work together on the first day, B and C together on second, C and A together on third, and so on. They keep on working. Then the total number of days Alex would have worked when the job gets completed. Fine. So I'll start by assuming total work. Total work, let's say LCM of these three numbers, 120. So 1 day work of Alex will be 6. Bob, it will be 3. And here it will be 2. All right. So A and B works on first day. They will finish 6 plus 3, 9 units of work. B and C will work on second day. They will finish 3 plus 2, that is 5 units of work. And C plus A will work on third day and they will finish 2 plus 6, that is 8 units of work. So I can say that in 3 days, the total of 9 plus 5 plus 8, that is 14 plus 8, 22 units of work is being finished. Right? I hope yahan tak sab kuch straightforward tha. So 3 days, every 3 days, 22 units of work will be finished. Now I can keep on moving in the multiple of 3 days, right? First day, A and B, second day, B and C, and third day, A and C are working. So total work is 120. I can multiply them by 5. So a set of five sets of 3 days. So in total 15 days, 110 units of work will be finished. So up till now, in every 3 days, A would have worked for 2 days. In every 3 days, A would have worked for 2 days. Every 3 days, A will work for 2 days. So in 15 days, A will work for 10 days. So up till now, A has worked only for 10 days. Right? Clear? Now, still 10 units of work is left and it's the turn of A and B and they will finish 9 units. And then the next day, B and C will work and will finish the work, the remaining 1 unit. So I can say that after these 15 days, A and B have worked for 1 entire day, or I can say that A has worked for 1 more day. So the total number of days A will work will be 10 plus 1, that is 11. So 11 should be the correct answer. King's Banquet, your answer is absolutely correct. So 11 is the correct answer here, right? Okay, let's move on to question number 12. Okay, now question number 12, if you will read this entire question, you will not get an easier question than this. 30 seconds read कर लो, 20 seconds read करने में लगेंगे and 5 to 10 seconds answer करने में लगेंगे. I'm dividing this question in 3 parts. 2 cars, ठीक है? So to meet each other when they are moving in same direction, they take 1.5 hours. and 10.5 hours when they travel in same direction. So when they are traveling towards each other, they are taking 1.5 hours. When they are traveling in the same direction, that means the faster car is chasing the slower car, then they are taking 10.5 hours. Okay. Now slower car's speed is 60 km per hour. Then the distance traveled by slower car when it meets the other car while traveling towards each other. Simple question. So while traveling towards each other, they have taken 1.5 hours. That means each car has traveled for 1.5 hours. That means the slower car has traveled for 1.5 hours. Okay. So the slower car, how much distance it will travel in 1.5 hours? This is the question asked by CAT 2022. Can you get an easier question than this? 90 kilometers is the answer. That's all. Okay. Now at the beginning, I mentioned that this slot was the most difficult as far as QA section is concerned among the all three slots. I'm not finding it difficult. I've heard it from people, but I am actually not finding it difficult. My slot was slot number 2 and slot number 2 का QA इस वाले slot से काफी difficult था. Okay, चलते हैं आगे चलते हैं. Question number 13. Arithmetic mean of all the distinct numbers that can be obtained by rearranging the digits, these digits, including itself. So rearrange karna, that means we'll have to make 4-digit numbers, right? Now one way is you will write all the numbers. ज़्यादा time नहीं लगेगा, ज़्यादा numbers नहीं होंगे, so I can tell you how many numbers will be there. So 1 को constant किया 6 numbers starting from 1. Then 2 को fix किया 3 numbers starting from 2 and 3 numbers starting from 4. So in all there will be a total of 12 numbers. So even if you will write all these numbers, add them, add करना ज़्यादा difficult नहीं है. So maximum 3 minutes में ये question हो सकता है. 3 minutes में हो सकता है. But let's look at another method, a little faster method. ठीक है? Now it's a 4-digit number, units place, tens place, hundreds place and thousands place. I'll find out how many times each digit will occur at each of these places. Starting with 1. So 1 will occur at units place. अगर मैं units place पे 1 को fix कर देता हूं. Alright, 1 is fixed. So the remaining 3 digits are 1, 4 and 2 and they can shuffle themselves in 3 factorial ways. So unit digit पे 1 कितनी बार आएगा? 3 factorial times आएगा. That means 6 times. 6 times 1 will occur at units place. Similarly, 6 times 1 will occur at tens place, 1 will occur at hundreds place and 1 will occur at thousands place. Right? मैंने 1 को fix किया and find कर लिया number of numbers. Okay? No king's banquet. First और last number निकाल सकते हो. But अगर तुम first और last number का average लेते हो, not every time the answer will be correct because not every time you can say that these numbers will be in arithmetic progression. When the numbers are in arithmetic progression, then you can say that the average will be the average of first and last number. Okay? So ये हर बार applicable नहीं होगा. So that is why I am teaching you this method. Now let's calculate how many times 2 will occur. So if I'll fix 2, the remaining digits are 1, 1 and 4. And the number of numbers that can be formed here will be 3. 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Okay, so if I'll fix 2, 2 will occur at each place 3 times. So 3 into 2, 3 into 2, 3 into 2 and 3 into 2. Similarly, 4 will also occur 3 times. So 3 into 4 will be the sum of all the 4s occurring at units place. Similarly here, I'm sorry, 3 into 4 लिखना था, मैंने 12 लिख दिया. Okay. Similarly, 3 into 4, 4 will occur 3 times at each and every place. Now we just need to find out the sum. The sum of all the numbers occurring at units place. 6 plus 6 plus 12. एक second. ठीक है. So 6 plus 6, 12. 12 and 12, 24. 24, 4 आ जाएगा and 2 will be the carry forward. I'll change the color of the pen so that it will be convenient for you to look at these. So 2 will be the carry forward. Similarly, sum here will be 26. 2 will be the carry forward. 6, 2 will be the carry forward, and 26. So 26,664 will be the sum of these 12 numbers. Divide it and you will get the average of these numbers. So the average will come out to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2222, and option C is the correct one. All right. Yes, Jadev, you have used calculator for this and it took 1.5 minutes. Perfect, कोई problem नहीं है. ठीक है, अगर मैनुअली भी ऐड करते हो तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2.5 minutes लगेंगे. If you'll use this method, probably you will take less than 1.5 minutes. All right. चलिए, so that was question number 13. Quite simple it was. Next, now a question on number systems, question on divisibility and remainders. LCM HCF का concept है, right? A school has less than 5,000 students, and if students are divided equally into the teams of either 9 or 10 or 12 or 25, exactly 4 are always left out. That means whatever is the number of students, it is of the form of 9k plus 4, 10k plus 4, 12k plus 4, and 25k plus 4. So I can say that the general form of n will be equal to LCM of 9, 10, 12 and 25 times k plus 4. So this will be the general form of n. N is given less than 5,000. That we'll look at it later on. अब इनका LCM calculate करते हैं. So 9 and 12, 36. 36 into 5, 180. 180 into 5, right? 900. So the LCM of these four numbers is 900. Let me check once again. 450 नहीं हो सकता. 12. Okay, so 900 is the LCM. So number की general form होनी चाहिए 900k plus 4. So I'll write all the numbers which are less than 5,000 of this type. So k को 1 put किया. नहीं, k को 0 भी put कर सकते हैं. So if I'll put k as 0, the number will be 4. Then 904, 1804, 2704, 3604 and 4504. So these will be the possible values of number. Also, there is one more information. It says that if they are divided into teams of 11 each, no one is left. So that means the value of n, the number of students, should be divisible by 11. So out of these numbers, which number is divisible by 11? Let's check. Not this one, not this one. Yes, this one is divisible. There can be more than one possibility. So I'll check on all of them. Not this one and not this one. So there is only one number which is divisible by 11. So I can say that the value of n, the number of students, will be 1804. All right. Now they're asking the maximum number of teams of 12 each that can be formed out of the students in this school. So 12k plus 4 की form में था तो 4 को हटा देते हैं. So 1804 minus 4, that is 1800, should be completely divisible by 12, and the number of teams will be 1800 divided by 12, that is 150. So King, you are giving correct answers to almost every question. Wonderful, good. Now other students can also respond. Jaydev, you are there in the session. There are some other students as well. So please do respond to whatever answers you have marked for these questions. So question number 15, let's look at this one. In a triangle ABC, AB equal to AC equal to 8 centimeters. So I know that this is an isosceles triangle. So let me draw an isosceles triangle first of all. I'll draw the rough figure. Okay, please pardon me because my drawing is slightly poor. Okay, so AB and AC are given as 8 and 8. A circle is drawn with BC as the diameter. So BC taking as the diameter, a circle is drawn. So center will be center of the circle will be the midpoint of BC, and this circle passes through A. Oh wow, wonderful. So this circle passes through A. So I'll draw a rough circle. Okay, it will look like an oval because मेरा triangle गड़बड़ था. So this passes through A. So if BC is the diameter and point A is lying on the circumference, then I can say that this angle A has to be 90 degrees. So if angle A is 90 degrees and AB and AC are 8 each, then using right isosceles triangle, I can say that the length of BC will be equal to 8 under root 2 and the radius of this circle is equal to half of 8 root 2, that is 4 under root 2. This is the first point. Okay. Now, further, they have drawn another circle with a center at A. So A is the center which passes through B and C. So center A which passes through B and C, I'll draw another circle. So this circle will look like this. Okay, right? So with the green color, I have drawn this another circle. Then the area in square centimeters of the overlapping region between the two circles. Now overlapping, common region between the two circles is, first of all, this portion that I have shaded, all right, and then this portion above that. All right, so this is the common portion. Now this common portion, first of all, it contains half of the first circle, right? Half of the first circle. Wait, I'll shade it by another color. So half of the first circle is the common portion. Okay. So half of the first circle, area calculate कर लेते हैं, तो pi r square divided by 2. So pi, radius is 4 root 2 square divided by 2. 1632, that is 16 pi. So 16 pi plus something should be the answer. So the first region, जो था overlap region, the value is 16 pi. So my answer should be more than 16 pi because I need to add this portion, this segment as well. ठीक है, नीचे वाला जो सेगमेंट है ऐड करना है, तो आंसर हैज टू बी मोर देन 16 पाई. सो 16 पाई से ज्यादा आंसर होना चाहिए. आंसर कैन नॉट बी ऑप्शन सी, आंसर कैन नॉट बी ऑप्शन बी, बिकॉज बोथ आर either equal to or less than 16 pi. So B and C are eliminated. Okay, King, this one was easy. Dekh abhi. Huh? Now, can I say that answer also has to be less than 32 pi? Answer should be greater than 16 pi. I have eliminated two options. Answer has to be less than 32 pi. Why? Because 16 pi is half of this circle. Complete circle will be 32 pi. Okay. And this smaller region is less than that. Okay. So double se kam hona chahiye. So answer should be less than 32 pi. There is no need to calculate the area of that sector. And answer has to be less than 32 pi. Option A can be eliminated. Only option D is left and you can straight away mark your answer. Simple. Okay. So this question seems to be difficult, but the options have made this question easy. Right? Understood? So ये question attempt करने वाला question था examination में with such options. So correct answer here is option D, and let's move on to our next question. Question number 16. Now again a question of geometry. Suppose the medians BD and CE of a triangle ABC intersect at point O. So first of all, I'll draw the triangle, a random triangle. Triangle ABC. Now the medians BD. So from B, a median is drawn intersecting at point D. CE, another median is drawn, point E. Intersect at point O. So point O is basically the centroid of this circle. Okay? Point O is the centroid of the circle. Right. Now if the area of triangle ABC, so combined, the total area is given as 108. So area of triangle EOD, I'll draw this line ED. So area of EOD is what we have to calculate. Fine, no problem. Now in this case, okay, I'll convert this. ठीक है, ये half हो जाएगा. Fine, simple है ये भी, ज़्यादा difficult नहीं है. So first of all, area of triangle ABC is given as 108. So area of triangle ABD will be half of this. You keep looking at the triangles. Area of triangle ABD, since BD is the median, so area will be halved. It will be 54. Okay. Also area of AED will be equal to 108 divided by 4, 108 divided by 4, total area का 1/4 होगा. Okay, so it will be 27. ठीक है. Now looking at this triangles, if I'll subtract their area, I'll get the area of triangle BED. So area of triangle BED will be 54 minus 27, that is 27. So area of this triangle, which I'm now going to highlight, is equal to 27, right? Now consider this part and this part. BO is to DO is equal to 2:1. Now these two triangles, their bases are in the ratio 2:1 and their heights are equal. So their areas will be in the ratio 2:1. So I'll divide 27 in the ratio 2:1. So 18 and 9. So 18 will be the area of bigger one and 9 will be the area of smaller one. That is EOD. So the correct answer for this one, yes, King, your answer is absolutely correct. It is 9. All right. So just simple properties of area of triangles will enable you to do this question in around 1.5 minutes. Okay. चलिए 17th number question देखते हैं. If C is given as 16x upon y plus 49y upon x for some non-zero real numbers x and y. So x and y are non-zero, they can be negative, they can be positive, then C cannot take which of the following values. Now this is a question of the simple concept of arithmetic mean and geometric mean. So arithmetic mean is greater than equal to geometric mean. So arithmetic mean of this number and this number, I'll consider these two numbers separately. So इनका arithmetic mean क्या होगा? Their sum divided by 2. This will be greater than or equal to their geometric mean. The geometric mean will be equal to square root of 16x upon y multiply 49y upon x. Okay, all right. So I can say that the value of 16x upon y plus 49y upon x will be greater than equal to twice of under root of 16 into 49, right? So let's say this value is k. So k will be greater than equal to twice of 4 into 7 if I'll take it as positive, and it will be less than equal to negative twice of 4 into 7, because under root of 16 into 49 will be having plus or minus 2 values. So this value of k will be greater than equal to 56 and it should be less than equal to minus 56. So या तो 56 से बड़ा होगा value, so 60 can be the answer, या फिर minus 56 से छोटा होगा. Alright, so minus 60 can be the value, minus 70 can be the value. So C cannot take the value of 50, minus 50. So the correct answer for this question will be minus 50. And yes, King, your answer is absolutely correct. Okay, so minus 50 is the value that cannot be taken by C. It has to be greater than equal to 56 or less than equal to minus 56. Okay, all right. Now moving on to the next question, question number 18. The average of all 3-digit terms in arithmetic progression is how much? Now here you can use like if you want to find the average of all these numbers. Now since this is an arithmetic progression, so you can find out the smallest, the first number and the largest number and then take their average. Okay, so here I can say that the common difference is 17. So the general term here is of the form 17k plus 4. 17k plus 4 की form में है, right? 17 common difference है, तो I can write it in terms of the common difference. So 17k plus 4 की form में है. So smallest 3-digit number of this form, I can put k as 5, no, k as 6. So if I'll put k as 6, then I'll get 106. The smallest number will be 106. Okay, for k equal to 6. Now I have to find out the largest 3-digit number that will be there in this arithmetic progression. So k को अगर मैं 60 put करता हूं, so 1060, no, 58 plus 4, 1020 plus 4 ये आएगा. So 17 and 17, 34 दो माइनस करना पड़ेगा, तो k equal to 58 के लिए लास्ट टर्म आएगी. ओके, सो k को 6 पुट किया 106, k को 60 पुट करके चेक किया मैंने 1020 प्लस 4, दैट इज 1024 आ रहा था. सो द लार्जेस्ट टर्म विल बी 1024 minus 34, that is 990. So this is the smallest number, this is the largest number. Okay, yes, till 990. Now starting from k equal to 6 up till k equal to 58, so the number of terms here will be equal to 58 minus 5, that is 53. So I have odd number of terms, so that means the middle term will be the average. Okay, so now you can easily calculate 106 plus 990 divided by 2 will be your final answer. Okay, so 106 plus 990 divided by 2, that is 53 plus 495, and that is 845. So 548 is the average of all these terms. I have taken first term, I have taken last term, I have divided it by 2, and this is how I have obtained the average of all 3-digit numbers in this arithmetic progression. Okay, so 548, yes, it is the correct one. Right? Let's move ahead and look at the next one, question number 19. We have to find the minimum possible value of this expression given that x is less than 3. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll write the numerator in the form of x minus 3 whole square. So x square minus 6x plus 10. I can write it as x square minus 6x plus 9 plus 1 whole divided by 3 minus x. So this will be equal to x minus 3 whole square plus 1 whole divided by 3 minus x. Simple, first step. Now in the numerator, x minus 3 whole square will be same as 3 minus x whole square. So let us write it like that. So this will become 3 minus x whole square plus 1 whole divided by 3 minus x. Upon separating the numerators, this will become 3 minus x plus 1 upon 3 minus x. Okay, now here since x is less than 3, so 3 minus x will be a positive number. So I can write it as k plus 1 upon k, where k is greater than 0. So k plus 1 upon k, using am greater than gm, I can always say that this will be greater than or equal to 2. So this value 3 minus x plus 1 upon 3 minus x will always be greater than equal to 2. So I can say that the minimum possible value of this expression will be equal to 2. Jadev, yes, your answer is correct. Option A, King's Banquet. Good. So question number 19 was done. Question number 20 in front of you now. Consider 6 distinct natural numbers such that, so distinct, important word, such that the average of the two smallest is 14. The average of two largest is 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say they are in increasing order. So the average of these two is 14 and the average of these two is 28. Now what we have to do is we have to find the maximum possible value of the average of all 6 of them. Now maximum possible average निकालने के लिए मुझे sum को maximize करना पड़ेगा, right? Now the sum of first two and the last two is already fixed. Sum of first two is 14 into 2, that is 28. Sum of last two is 28 into 2, that is 56. इनका तो sum fixed है. Now to maximize the average of all 6 numbers, I have to maximize the sum of these middle two terms. इन दोनों को maximize करना है, right? Now maximize करना है, so first two terms तो fixed है, 14 average है, since these are distinct numbers. So I can take these numbers as 13 and 15. कोई भी दो numbers ले लो, try करो छोटे से छोटे numbers लो, okay? And for 28, whose average is, since I have to maximize these values, since I have to maximize these two numbers, I'll also try to maximize the value of both of them, okay? Especially this one. So to maximize the value of this one, I can keep it at 27 and this will become 29. Okay, so this value has to be maximized such that there is a gap for the middle two numbers. Okay, so अब middle two numbers इनकी values क्या हो सकती हैं? 26 and 25 only. All right, so now these are the numbers. You can calculate the average of all these 6 numbers now. So the sum of first two is 28, sum of last two is 56, and the sum of middle two is 51. So 84, 134, 135 is the sum of all these 6 numbers. When divided by 6, the average will come out to be 22.5. So 22.5 will be the correct answer for this one. Okay. Question number 21. Now this one was slightly difficult and conceptual question. Now R is defined, now R is a real number and function fx is defined for different values of x. Okay. R is a real number. So when x is greater than or equal to r, the function is defined as 2x minus r. And when x is less than r, the function is defined as r. Then the equation fx is equal to f of fx will hold true for all real values of x where x is which among the following options. Now this one is slightly conceptual. Now the range of x are x not equal to r, greater than equal to r, less than equal to r. So I'll start by first of all considering x less than r. ठीक है, x less than r consider करते हैं. Now x less than r consider किया. So what is the value of fx? Fx is equal to r, right? Now what will be the value of f of fx? So f of fx will be equal to f of r, right? Because fx is equal to r, so it will be f of r. And when x is equal to r, f of r will be equal to 2r minus r, that is r only. So I can say that fx and f of fx both are equal. All right. So that means this equation holds true when x is less than r. Okay. X less than r के लिए तो true है ही. Done. So I can eliminate or I can keep the answers, the options. Option A को रख सकते हैं. X less than r इसमें include हो रहा है. Okay. And I can keep option D. So option B and C can be eliminated because x less than r is not included in them. So B and C are eliminated. So now I'm left with two options. Now the difference between these two is x equal to r. So first option में x equal to r absent है. Last option में x equal to r present है. So at x equal to r, let's check it out. So when x is equal to r, f of x is equal to 2x minus r. So f of r कितना हो जाएगा? At x equal to r, it will be equal to 2r minus r, that is r. Also, I've already calculated f of fx earlier. Okay, so f of x is r, so f of r बन जाएगा. F of r हमने r calculate कर लिया था, so they are equal. So this equation will also hold true when x is equal to r. Okay, so option A will now be eliminated and option D will be kept. Okay, so option D is the correct answer. So King Banquet, you have marked C or D, you don't remember, but option D is the correct one. No problem. Now let's move on towards the last question. Last question, a simple question of mixtures. बहुत simple question है, ठीक है? So exact values के साथ ही solve करते हैं. So a glass contains milk. So let's say glass को अलग कर दिया, milk है और इसमें water नहीं है. So 500 cc of milk is there in the glass, and there is a cup in which there is no milk and there is water. And how much water is there? 500 cc. Okay, 500 cc of water is there. Now from the glass, 150 cc of milk is transferred to the cup. So milk 150 is removed, so 350 ml of milk is left, water remains 0. 150 ml of milk will come here and 500 ml of water will still be present. So this is the situation, right? After the first transfer. Now in the second transfer, next 150 cc of the mixture in the cup is transferred from this to the glass. So 150 cc of mixture is transferred from the cup to the glass. Now in the cup, milk and water are present in the ratio 150 is to 500. That is 3 is to 10. So whatever quantity I'll remove, 150 cc is being removed. This will be removed from the cup in the ratio of 3 is to 10 of milk and water. So milk that will be removed will be 3 upon 13 into 150, and water that will be removed will also be in this ratio, that is 10 upon 13 into 150. Now careful with the calculations now. Now milk remove kitna hoga? 3 upon 13 into 150. Okay, so the remaining quantity of milk in the cup will be 150 minus 3 upon 13 into 150. So that is equal to 10 upon 13 into 150. मैं final calculations नहीं कर रहा. Okay. Now quantity of water that will be removed from here, which is this quantity 10 upon 13 into 150, will go and add up to this value 0. So quantity of water in the glass will become 10 upon 13 into 150. Okay, and the question is over. You have to find out the ratio. Now the amount of water in the glass, that is this value, and the amount of milk in the cup are in the ratio. So the quantities are equal. So the ratio is 1 is to 1. Simple. 1.5 to 2 minutes lagane hai and this question will be done. All right. So that was the final question of the QA section of slot number 3 of CAT 2022. The correct answer here is C. That is all about this session. Some of the important information that is there for all of you. So for the students who will be taking SNAP and IFT in this year, we will be running a series that is called Last Lap to SNAP and IFT, and the series has already started since yesterday, and the sessions will go on all the days up till 9th of December at 7 p.m. So you can catch us live for the complete revision in these 10 days and subscribe our channel. Next is MyCAT 2023 exam analysis. So section wise analysis will be telling you about the good attempts, exam pattern, difficulty level. All these things will be discussed in MyCAT analysis on 3rd of December at 2:30 p.m. Srinivas sir will be taking this analysis. So you must be catching this session live again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. The students who want to join any of the programs for CAT 2023, one of the students was asking. So we have already started these batches. Comprehensive program, the complete details are on your screen. You can call at any of the helplines of BYJU'S Exam Prep and fetch the information about the registration process. That is all from my side. You can follow us on these platforms. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. Have a good luck. Have a good day. Bye-bye.